Tonight allows people a release for all the hatred and violence that they keep up inside them.
This won't bring him back. It won't make you feel any better. Thank you.
It is a night that is defining our country.
Citizens, this will be a tradition we celebrate every year. Join the first purge.
One thing I found very interesting throughout the movies is that there's a mystery about how it started. So, were there any concerns about telling the origin story and what that may mean for upcoming movies of The Purge?
No, we actually had the opposite. I feel like knowing the origin story will help broaden the world of the franchise. We have a TV series coming up on The Purge, which comes out in the fall. And I feel like this origin story was really important to get out there so people totally understood how The Purge started, when it started, what started it. All those questions are answered so that they can, I feel like you'll appreciate The Purge a lot more knowing that.
Isaiah, come say bye.
Go do your thing, sis.
Always.
I'll see you tonight.
People are now calling this controversial experiment of legalized crime the Purge.
Do not purge!
Do not purge!
You and Isaiah, just stay with me during the purge.
Oh, we're gonna be fine on our own.
We are here with Dr. May Updale. She came up with this experiment. Is the purge a political device?
It is a psychological one. If we want to save our country, we must release all our anger in one night.
I've been reading a lot about the pros you think that that having low budget had. But then, which would you think would be the cons of having a lot of money to make a movie?
The cons of having a lot of money is that the decision process is totally clogged up, because when you have a lot of money, you have to have a lot of people weigh in on decisions. And I think creative decisions suffer when they're made by committee. So I think the biggest issue is that the decision-making process gets messed up. Now, there are other issues too. When you have a lot of money, it gives the director a lot of ability to lose their focus from what I think is important. What I think is important is the actors and the story. When you have a lot of money, you have special effects, and you have a bunch of stunts and cars and previs and makeup and all these things that I think are much less important than storytelling.
Tonight, we'll see the good and evil in everyone.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the first purge.
Our neighborhood is under siege from a government who doesn't give a shit about any of us.
At the siren, all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours.
There's a lot of good people out there who we're gonna have to protect.
All emergency services will be suspended.
We gotta be prepared for anything.
Your government thanks you for your participation.
Sometimes the movie industry might be a little bit ungrateful to those masterminds behind great movies like this, you know? So what do you think about that? Like, have you felt that the hard work producers put into movies really gets appreciated in the end?
I feel like what I do and what we do gets appreciated, but I do feel like the producer is often misunderstood. No one really understands what we do, but I feel like the one advantage that Blumhouse has is that we have a bunch of movies which are related, so people kind of get a sense that they have a better idea of what Blumhouse does as a production company than other production companies, so I feel very lucky that way. But always a producer, no one, my parents, no one knows what a producer does.
Parties, you predicted a much higher level of participation.
Human nature does not obey the laws of politics. What the hell is going on?
For you, when people is getting introduced to your movies, which would you say should be the first to watch?
Any Blumhouse movie, what would be the first one to watch? I would still say the first one to watch would be Paranormal Activity.
Why?
Well, it was kind of what launched the company, and I think it kind of has all the elements of a Blumhouse movie. It's extremely low budget. It's really about the story and the performance of the people. You don't see. It's incredibly scary, but you don't really see that. You don't see very much. And it's very, very effective, very compelling, and very inventive. And I would use all of those. I think not all of our movies have that, but before we make our movies, we try to have all our movies have that. We don't always succeed, but we always try to emulate those parts of Paranormal Activity.
They all ex-military. Something funky going down, D.
You're sending soldiers into the island disguised as citizens.
This country needs for this to work.
No one's coming to help us. After tonight, nothing will ever be the same again.
It has taken a very political approach, the movie. So how did you guys work on that?
Well, James DeMonaco, who wrote and directed the movie, is very political. I'm very political, so we've had a lot of fun poking fun at the administration through the course of the Purge movies.
They forgot about one thing. They forgot about us.
What have I done?
Run!
Stay strong now. I'm coming.
Just remember all the good the Purge does.
De Película.